Have you ever wondered what it is that makes certain women stand out to men? They don't chase, they don't beg for attention. Yet, they seem to have all the admiration and love they could ever need. You've seen it, right? The women who walk into a room and somehow, everyone notices. The women who don't need to speak loudly to be heard, but, when they do, every word carries weight. These are the high-value women. The camera transitions to shots of women speaking confidently in different settings. On dates, at work, with friends. But what's the secret? How do high-value women talk to men? What makes their words magnetic, their presence unforgettable? If you've ever wished you could captivate a man's attention without forcing it, you're in the right place. Let's dive deep into the art of how high-value women speak. And how you can do it too. Part 1. Confidence is key. Cut to a woman sitting at a cafe, calmly sipping her drink while engaging in a conversation with a man. The cafe is bustling, but she remains composed, her presence quiet yet undeniable. The first thing a high-value woman knows is that confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being unapologetically herself. She doesn't need validation from others because she has already cultivated it within. When she speaks, it's with clarity and certainty. No hesitations, no second-guessing. She knows her worth and doesn't feel the need to prove it. Cut to the woman talking with ease, maintaining steady eye contact, her posture open but relaxed. The man is intrigued, leaning in slightly, smiling in response. There's an undeniable chemistry in the air. The moment feels natural, effortless. And here's the thing. Confidence isn't just about how she carries herself physically. It's about how she engages with the world around her. It's in the way she chooses her words, but also in the pauses she takes. The moments of silence that allow both her and the listener to reflect. She doesn't rush to fill the silence, nor does she talk endlessly to entertain. She speaks when she has something valuable to say, and when she does, it resonates. Cut to a flashback. A woman in a different setting, perhaps at work or with friends, taking a deep breath before responding thoughtfully. There's a moment of calm before the storm of words, as she organizes her thoughts with purpose. The message is clear. Confidence comes from knowing when to speak and when to listen. When you speak with intention, your words hold weight. They aren't just filler. They're thoughtful, deliberate, and meaningful. And men, they listen. Not because she's trying to impress, but because she's not seeking approval or validation. She simply allows her true self to shine, effortlessly. She has mastered the art of being herself without fear, and that's the ultimate form of power. It's magnetic. Cut back to the cafe. The woman smiles softly, the conversation flowing smoothly. There's a connection that's palpable, built on mutual respect, genuine curiosity, and shared presence. The man is not just interested in her looks or charm. He's captivated by the strength of her character. At the end of the day, confidence is not something you can fake. It's something you nurture, through self-awareness and understanding. It's the freedom to be unapologetically yourself, knowing that you have nothing to prove and everything to offer. And when you've reached that level of confidence, the world will take notice, not because you demand attention, but because it's impossible to ignore the force of your authentic presence. Part 2. The power of active listening. Cut to a scene where a man is talking passionately, his hands moving as he speaks, eyes lighting up with excitement. The high-value woman is sitting across from him, listening intently. Her expression is calm, focused, yet filled with warmth. She nods every now and then, her subtle gestures affirming that she is fully present in the moment. Occasionally, she makes short, affirming statements like, "I see," or "That's interesting," but she never interrupts him, allowing him the space to fully express himself. High-value women understand that great communication isn't just about speaking well. It's about listening. They know that truly listening to a man isn't just about hearing his words. It's about tuning into his emotions, understanding his feelings, his intentions, and his desires. It's about recognizing the unspoken messages behind his words, the subtle nuances that tell a much deeper story. Cut to a close-up of her face. She leans forward slightly, her body language open and engaged, showing genuine interest in what he's saying. Her eyes stay locked on his, drawing him in with a quiet yet powerful connection. Every so often, her brow furrows slightly in empathy, as if she's processing his words with care, reflecting on them before responding. When a woman listens deeply, a man feels valued. He feels heard in a way that transcends simple conversation. It's not just about acknowledging his words, it's about validating his existence, recognizing his thoughts and feelings as worthy of attention. And that, my friends, is a rare and powerful thing. In a world that's often rushed and distracted, the ability to be truly heard is a gift. High-value women create space for others to express themselves freely. They don't just wait for their turn to speak. They are genuinely present in the conversation. Their listening isn't passive. It's active, engaged, and empathetic. They ask follow-up questions that show they've been paying attention, not just to the surface-level words, but to the emotions behind them. Cut to the man's face. He's surprised and grateful. He feels safe sharing his deeper thoughts, his concerns, and his hopes, knowing that she is truly listening. This isn't just a conversation. It's a shared moment of connection, a rare opportunity to feel understood and supported. And in doing so, they make people, especially men, feel truly important. It's not about giving advice or offering solutions right away. Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give someone is the space to be heard without judgment. By offering that, high-value women create a sense of trust and respect that goes far beyond the initial interaction. Cut to a wider shot of the two of them sitting together, the conversation flowing smoothly, both of them deeply engaged. The air between them feels lighter, the connection stronger. They aren't just communicating, they are building a deeper understanding of each other, moment by moment, word by word. In the world of high-value women, the power of listening is not just a skill. It's a superpower. It's a tool that fosters connection, builds trust, and strengthens relationships. And when you master it, you'll find that you have the ability to make others feel seen, valued, and respected in a way that most people can only dream of. Part 3. The Art of Subtlety. Let's talk about subtlety. High-value women don't need to force attraction. They understand that attraction isn't something you can fake or manufacture. It's something that happens naturally when you stop trying so hard. They know that the most captivating thing about them isn't their looks or their clothes. It's the energy they exude, the way they make others feel when they're around. It's the confidence in their voice, the sparkle in their eyes, the way they move through the world with a quiet, magnetic presence. They speak with grace, with playfulness, and with an ease that draws others in without ever pushing too hard. There's a fluidity to their interactions, a smoothness that feels effortless. Every word they speak, every gesture they make, carries an invitation without being demanding. It's the kind of charm that doesn't feel forced but flows naturally from their sense of self-assurance. Cut to a scene where the high-value woman is sitting with friends at a social gathering. She's laughing lightly, her eyes twinkling with amusement as she engages in the conversation. There's a playful energy in the way she speaks, a light teasing that is always just on the right side of flirtatious. It's never too much, it's just enough to leave people intrigued, wondering if there's more to her than meets the eye. It's in the gentle compliments she gives, not just about appearances but about someone's character or achievements. "You always know just what to say," she might tell a friend, or "I love the way your mind works," she could say to someone she admires. These compliments are subtle but sincere, and they leave the recipient feeling seen and appreciated, without being overwhelmed. Then there are the confident pauses. The moments when she doesn't rush to fill the silence, but instead, allows the space to breathe. It's during these pauses that the anticipation builds. It's not about what she says, but how she makes others feel in the absence of words. These moments of stillness create an air of mystery, a sense of depth that makes people lean in, wanting to know more. Cut to a close-up of the woman standing in a crowd, her posture open and relaxed, but still commanding attention without trying to. People around her are drawn to her, not because she's shouting for their attention, but because she doesn't need to. She simply is. And in that, she becomes the focal point of the room, naturally. They don't have to try to be the center of attention. They naturally become it, without even realizing it. There's no need for them to manipulate a situation or to compete for eyes on them. They exude an aura of calm confidence that captures attention effortlessly. The way they listen, the way they speak, the way they carry themselves. Everything about them says, "I am enough just as I am." It's in the subtlety of their movements, the way they look at someone without it feeling intense or forced. It's in the warmth of their smile, the calmness of their voice, and the way they create space for others to feel important. The best part? It's never about controlling the room. It's about creating a dynamic where others feel comfortable, valued, and intrigued. And that's the secret. High-value women don't need to try to impress. They understand that true attraction isn't about loud statements or flashy displays. It's about the quiet power of subtlety. They make others feel seen, special, and respected, which in turn makes them captivating in a way that no forced effort ever could. Part 4. The Art of Mystery. Now, here's a key part of the high-value woman's communication. The art of mystery. High-value women understand that mystery is a powerful tool. Not in a manipulative or evasive way, but in a way that adds depth to their presence. They don't lay all their cards on the table at once. They know that sometimes, the best way to capture someone's attention is by leaving just a little bit to the imagination, creating space for curiosity to grow. They don't reveal every aspect of themselves right away. Instead, they allow their true selves to unfold gradually, piece by piece, with each interaction offering just enough to spark intrigue but never giving it all away. There's always a sense that there's more to discover, something that remains just out of reach, creating an allure that is both captivating and elusive. It's not about being secretive for the sake of it. It's about maintaining a sense of personal mystery that invites others to lean in closer, wanting to know more. Cut to a scene where the high-value woman is at a social gathering, engaging in conversation with a man. She answers his questions thoughtfully, but there's a subtle shift in the way she phrases her responses. She doesn't reveal everything about herself, choosing instead to share just enough to keep him intrigued. Her eyes glint with something deeper, a hint of something unspoken. She doesn't try to overshare or give away too much. She lets the conversation flow naturally, allowing him to get a glimpse of her world without fully inviting him in. And men, they love it. They're drawn to that sense of mystery, the idea that there's more to her than meets the eye. It's like a puzzle they want to solve, a journey they want to embark on. The more they interact with her, the more they feel like they're peeling back layers of something profound and beautiful. And in the process, they're captivated by the idea that there is more to discover. But here's the key: high-value women aren't playing games. They aren't being coy for the sake of manipulation or to create drama. It's not about keeping someone at arm's length out of fear or insecurity. Rather, it's about maintaining your own autonomy, your own space, and not feeling the need to reveal every single detail about yourself. They understand that part of attraction lies in the dance of getting to know someone, in the gradual process of revealing who you are, piece by piece. This is where trust and connection are built. Cut to a flashback of the woman in a quiet, reflective moment. Maybe she's journaling or looking out of a window, taking a moment to herself. She understands that self-awareness is part of the mystery. Her strength comes from knowing who she is, what she stands for, and having the confidence to keep parts of herself private. She doesn't feel the need to share everything with everyone. She cherishes her own inner world, and that adds to her magnetic charm. By maintaining some mystery, high-value women also preserve their sense of self. They don't lose themselves in the process of attracting others. They don't sacrifice their autonomy or their peace for the sake of fitting into someone else's expectations. They are whole on their own, and they recognize that their true value lies not in what they reveal, but in who they are, both in public and in private. Cut back to the scene at the social gathering. As the conversation continues, there's a shift in the energy. The man is more engaged, more curious, his attention fully captured. He's drawn to the fact that she's not an open book. There's a depth to her that he can't quite grasp yet. But he wants to. And in that desire, he feels a deeper connection. He respects her boundaries, but he also feels honored to be part of the journey of discovering who she really is. In the end, the art of mystery isn't about being distant or withholding. It's about creating space for curiosity, for exploration. High-value women know that they are worth discovering, and they don't need to rush the process. They allow relationships to unfold at their own pace, giving others the privilege of truly knowing them while also maintaining the autonomy to keep parts of themselves sacred. This balance is what makes them irresistible. It's what keeps people coming back, eager to uncover more. Part 5. Be genuine, not perfect. And let's not forget this. High-value women are genuine. They don't hide their flaws. They embrace them. They understand that perfection is an illusion, and in a world full of curated images and filtered lives, the most powerful thing they can be is real. High-value women know that there is beauty in imperfection, strength in vulnerability, and power in authenticity. They are comfortable enough in their own skin to laugh at themselves, to show their quirks, and to admit when they don't know something. They don't shy away from their mistakes or shortcomings. They own them and learn from them. Cut to a scene where the high-value woman is in a casual conversation with a group of friends. A light-hearted moment comes up where someone points out a small mistake she made. Maybe a funny slip-up in a story or a harmless mistake she's made at work. She laughs openly, without hesitation. She doesn't try to cover it up or pretend it didn't happen. Instead, she embraces it, adding a witty comment that makes everyone else laugh too. Her ease in owning her imperfections makes her relatable, human, and, most importantly, approachable. It's that authenticity that draws people in, creating an environment of trust and comfort. Perfection is overrated. It's a facade that only creates distance between you and others. High-value women know that striving for perfection only leads to frustration and disconnection. Instead, they focus on being the best version of themselves, but without the pressure of unrealistic expectations. They give themselves permission to be imperfect, and in doing so, they invite others to do the same. Cut to a scene where the high-value woman is sitting with a man, perhaps on a first date or during a meaningful conversation. She shares a personal story, one that's not about how well she's done but about a time when she struggled, failed, or learned something valuable. She doesn't try to make herself look better than she is. Instead, she talks openly about her experiences, her growth, and the lessons she's learned. There's no pretense, no need for approval, just pure honesty. And in that honesty, a connection is born. Men are attracted to women who are real, who aren't afraid to show their true selves. It's not about being flawless or unattainable. It's about being human. High-value women know that the more they reveal their true selves, flaws and all, the more others can relate to them. This authenticity creates a deeper connection that's far more meaningful than any superficial display of perfection. It's not the polished version of someone that men are drawn to. It's the genuine, imperfect, beautiful version that makes them feel like they truly know the person. Cut to a quiet moment where the woman sits alone, perhaps reflecting on a recent interaction. She feels no pressure to change or mask parts of herself to meet someone else's standards. She's comfortable with who she is. Her worth doesn't depend on someone else's approval. It's grounded in her own self-awareness and self-respect. This internal confidence is what makes her magnetic. High-value women also understand that showing vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It takes courage to open up, to be emotionally honest, and to show parts of yourself that others might not expect. Vulnerability is what allows deeper connections to form. It's in those moments of sharing, whether it's talking about past heartaches, personal struggles, or dreams, that true bonds are created. These moments of honesty open doors to real conversations and deeper levels of understanding, making relationships more authentic and meaningful. Cut back to the group of friends laughing together, the high-value woman included in the banter. Her genuine nature has invited others to feel safe doing the same. The connection she shares with the people around her is unspoken but strong. There's no need for perfection, no need for any facades. Just real people, showing up as they are, and that's enough. In the end, high-value women understand that their true worth doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being real. They know that the most powerful and attractive thing they can do is embrace their flaws and show up authentically in every situation. This kind of vulnerability and genuine presence is what draws others in and forms connections that are far deeper and longer lasting than anything perfection could ever create. In conclusion, so, how do high-value women talk to men? With confidence, with active listening, with subtlety, with mystery, and with authenticity. It's not about trying to be someone else or following a set of rules. It's about embracing who you truly are and communicating from a place of self-assuredness. So the next time you speak to a man, remember this. You don't need to do anything special. Just be yourself. And watch the magic unfold.